Hello class, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pizza from start to finish, from scratch. There are multiple steps when making a pizza, starting by getting the ingredients, mixing them, making the dough, letting the dough rise, and then actually making the physical pizza. So right now I'm going to show you the ingredients I have to make the dough, and then I'll show you what it looks like from liquid to a solid form. Okay, and this is a 60-quart dough mixer machine, and we're going to be putting all the ingredients in here. I have one more ingredient, but I can't show it on camera because that's our secret. But yeah, you'll see the rest of the ingredients going in. So I'm going to get the water and pour it in. Okay. That was the water. Now I'm putting in the oil. This is the fresh yeast we're going to be using. This is 1 cup of salt. This is the first cup of sugar. This is the second cup of sugar. Wait. This is half a cup of sugar. And I'll be putting the secret ingredient, but I can't show that on camera. Okay, so now these are all the ingredients. And now we will be mixing for roughly 5 minutes. So these are all the ingredients. And now we gotta bring it up towards, you gotta bring it up so the crank can hit the bottom of the bowl. And it's giving you resistance, you know that's good enough. And we press start. And that's gonna mix for about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back when it's done. So this is the ingredients about 5 minutes after mixing, and now we will be putting 1 50-pound bag of flour into here and mix again for another 10 minutes. So the flour could be a little bit heavy when lifting up into the bowl, but you have to make sure that you don't spill anything. Try not to spill any flour and conserve as much as possible, because every last bit of this counts when making the actual dough and eventually the pizza. So you just start pouring the flour. Make sure you get every last bit of flour. So as you can see, the bowl is filled up with flour and all the ingredients I told you about. And we just press start. And you gotta let it mix for roughly 10 minutes. And I'll show you when it's almost done and give you periodic updates. Okay, so in the meantime, while the dough is mixing, we start grabbing our tins to mold our pizza or have them inside. So what we do is we get the bowl out again of oil and we pour a little bit inside. So basically what that's doing is we have to coat this tin with oil. So basically we do that for about 30 tins, roughly, maybe less. This is just a little bit now, but we have a lot more, so I'll be right back when I'm finished with all the tins, oiling all the tins. Okay, so I just finished putting the oil on the tins, and we're gonna take a look at how our dough's doing. This guy's almost done. A couple more minutes, and I'll be ready. Okay, so the dough is about to finish up, and I just asked, before you start anything, you have to ask the pizza man what kind of dough he needs. So we need to cut it to what he tells us. So he told me he needed 10 small doughs, 20 large doughs, and the rest he wants for the house. So house is what you walk when you walk into a pizzeria. You walk in and see the pizza on display. Those are house doughs, and the large dough is what you order on the phone or for delivery pickup. That's what you tell us. And the small is obviously the same thing. We don't make small or large doughs for display. Only house doughs, which are bigger than large and small. So I'm gonna cut to where we're taking the dough out and bringing it on this table. Also, a good thing to do is to get the rest of the oil that we had in here, not that much, and just put a little bit more on the table. So just put the rest of it on the table and kind of just move it around so it's easier so the dough doesn't really get stuck to the table. This is why we do this. This is why we do it. Okay, so the dough just finished, and now I'm going to put it on top of the table. So since it's very heavy, I need help when lifting it. And now we pour it onto the table. Sorry about that, guys. So you just pour it on top onto the table. Okay, put the 60-quart cup back. And now you have a big blob of dough. So right now, I have to let this guy rest a little bit. So we take about usually we let it rest for about 5 minutes, and then we start the cutting process of making it to a house dough, hard dough, small dough, whatever pizza man instructed me to do. So I have to wait now, and I'll be back when it's ready. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. Now we have to cut the dough. So our first one we're going to be doing is 10 small dough. I'm just going to show you the cutout of the small dough. So take a bunch, you cut it, and then you weigh it. So a small dough for us is 1.2. So we're a little bit over, so we have to take a little bit off. Now we're still a little bit more over. And you keep cutting away at it until you're exactly at 1.2. Still a little bit too heavy. A little bit more. And then we're exactly at 1.2 right now. So this is a small dough. I'm going to show you how to make it to a dough ball, what we call it. And you let the seam go on the back, and then you put it down, and that's a small dough. Now I'm going to show you a large dough, which is 1.6. So you use the scraps from the small dough, so you don't really waste. So measure it. It's a little bit too big. A little bit more. A little bit more. Tiny bit more. So it's at 1.6. This is a large dough, a large pie dough. You make it into a dough ball. And then this is the large. We separate it because we don't want to get mixed up. So this is going to be small. This is the large side. Now I'm going to show you a house dough, which is 1.14. I almost got it, so a little bit off. Oh, a little bit too less. Gotta add a little bit more. Tiny bit more. That's exactly a house dough, 1.14. Just repeat this process one more time. Make it into a dough ball. When you get it like nice. And this is gonna be the house dough set. So I'll show you when I'm done with everything. And for right now, I'll see you soon. Okay everyone, so now this is all the small, this is large, and this is all the house dough. Now that it's all done, we're gonna use these tins that I brought in earlier, and I'm gonna show you what they're used for. So now you take the dough, you get the tin, you flip it upside down, and then you flatten it out, kind of. You just keep putting pressure. Then you flip it over again, and you smooth it out, and there we go. So that's a small pie. So one down, and I'd say about 40 or 39 to go. And I'll let you know. Well, I'll come back when this is all finished. Okay, guys. So I just finished putting all the dough into tins, as you can see. So this is the small, this is the large, and this is the the house doughs. So now we need to we're gonna put this into the fridge. We're gonna let it sit, or actually no. First, before we put it into the fridge, we actually have to let this rise even more than it already has. So we're gonna wait about 3-4 hours, let it rise, and then we're gonna put it into the fridge. And then after we put it into the fridge, we're gonna grab a large, and I'm gonna show you how to make a large. So I'll see you guys when this is about a couple hours when this is fully risen, and I'm gonna show you what else the next step. Okay everyone, so it's been about 2-3 hours, and now I'm gonna put the rest of these tins inside the fridge, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna take one of them, bring it to the front, and I'm gonna show you how to make a pizza from basically start to finish. Okay, so I'm in the freezer the refrigerator right now, sorry. And we have the house, we have the large, and the small does not get stored back here. It gets stored in the front fridge because we don't really use small doughs that much. So we just have a little bit, that's why we only need 10, and we just put it in the fridge. And yeah, that's it. So now I'm gonna take one large, bring it to the front. I'm gonna show you how to make a pizza. Hey, hello class. This is the dough after hours of letting it rise. Now I'm gonna show you how to make a pizza. First, put in the flour.
Oh yeah.
So all the flour on it, and you get a little bit more. Then you start lining it up.
Then I gotta learn how to make pizza.
So now I start making crust outline, make it easier for me.
Next step, then you smile.
Okay. Now I just make it a little bit more thick. Then now you start stretching it out. Always try to go to the edges and stretch out. Try not to stretch out the middle that much. Now it's time for sauce and cheese on it. You get a little bit of sauce. Don't get a whole cup, just a little bit, like under. Get it to all the sides, spread it out. Now, put cheese. A little bit goes a long way, so don't put that much. Now, just stretch it out a little bit more. Now,
What's the next step?
okay, now it's time to put it in the oven. see the bubbles. Stop the bubble. Okay, try not to burn yourself. And put it back. And let it sit a little bit more until it's ready. It's already going. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now the pizza's ready. Take it out. Then, yeah, there's the pizza. There's the pizza now. And now I'm gonna cut it up into 8. Okay. Cut. And that's it. Okay, so I just finished the pizza. Came out delicious. And now I showed you and everyone watching an easy, breezy, and cheesy way on how to make a pizza. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and learned how to make a pizza, and hopefully one day by repetition you'll learn how to make a pizza as good as me. I'm not that good, but soon I'll learn how to make a perfect one. So thank you guys for watching and enjoy.